Good morning, everybody. It's Mike. No countdown this morning. Let's just jump right into our call. I want to talk to you today about something a little bit different. Larry Kendall, for those of you watching the video and not listening to me, I'm holding up a copy of the book. Larry Kendall, in his book, Ninja Selling, has what he calls 5 rules of ninja selling. And I want to cover those with you today because I found them so true and impactful in my business that they're worth the time to discuss. And I hope that they're helpful to you too. Rule number 1, show up. I was taught this when I first got into the business, and I'm so glad that I was. What that means is get up, get dressed, and go to work every day, just like everybody else on the planet has to do. For some reason, real estate agents think we're exempt from that. We're not. Get up, get dressed, go to work. I sound a little harsh, but it was said to me that way, and I needed to hear it. And today, I think it's even more true because we have so many more communication tools available to us than we ever had before. And it gives us the feeling that we can work from home. And I would agree, we can work from home. We just don't. Yeah, I said it out loud. We can work from home. We have all the tools needed to be able to do it. Some of us have created some great work area in our home, and we're falling into the illusion because it's very alluring, especially in a city like Atlanta where it's very hard to get around. I get it. I'm not trying to entice you to get in your car and go to work just for the fun of doing it. We can work from home, we just don't. What I hear from realtors all the time is, oh, Mike, the distractions. So you said this was important to you, yet it wasn't completed. The actions weren't taken. Why? Oh, I know, it's just the distractions. I get it. That's why I'm saying go to work. Get up, get dressed, get out of that house, because that's where all the distractions exist. If you come here and join me here today, there are no distractions. There's nothing else going on here except business. You know, the rest of the world has to do it. How come we think we don't? Now, I will grant you that there is a percentage, a very, very small percentage of people that can pull this off. You're probably not that person. I'm willing to say that out loud to you, and I know nobody else is because I care about you achieving what you said was important. Get up, go to work. Larry's number 2 rule was pay attention. I say it differently. I say get those egos of ours under control. Stop focusing on myself. Start focusing on the customer, being present with them. Actually listening to what they say and how they say it and what indications, what clues their body language is giving off to me. In order to be able to do that, I have to be out of my own head, not thinking about what I'm going to say next, not waiting for them to take a breath so I can jump into the conversation and start talking again, but paying attention to the customer. Pay attention. It's great advice that he offers. Number 3, tell the truth and keep your commitments. Now, I know we're all big boys and girls. We don't need to be told that. I'm going to say it to you a little bit differently than Larry does in his book. Don't ever, and I mean don't ever, violate your own personal integrity. Don't ever violate that. You'll hate yourself for it, and the customer will lose respect for you. Do you have rules? Do you have boundaries for yourself? Do you know already, right now, right this second, what you are willing to tolerate and deal with, and what you are not? Many of you have heard me talk about this. I'm not recommending this to be your boundaries. They're just mine. I am willing to work through any problem with someone, with a co-op agent or a customer, and as long as it takes, and I'll do whatever I can to help, and I'll try to be as patient and cooperative as possible, and I will try to assume the best in everybody until they beat me over the head with the fact that they don't deserve that benefit of the doubt. Here's what I won't tolerate. I won't tolerate yelling, and I won't tolerate profanity. I won't, and I'll end the conversation. Those are my boundaries. What are yours? And knowing them before you get into the situation, and then never, ever violate your own personal integrity. Don't do anything you feel is wrong. Don't compromise yourself for the sake of the dollar. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Number 4, create value for your customers. Look, what's that mean? Like, I hear stuff like that all the time. Well, Mike, you need to have a value proposition. Yeah, why don't you talk to me in English? Talk to me like people talk to themselves every day. Okay? So number 4 says create value for your customers. Well, what is that? How do I create value for my customers? Here's how you do it. Look for ways to solve problems for them. Well, what problems? I don't know. Every customer is different. They have things that they're worried and concerned about. Look for ways to solve problems. I have a friend of mine right now that has this house for sale in Atlanta. And I think he has 4 Chihuahuas. And he's trying to sell a house, but they love their dogs, and their dogs are noisy, and they get very excited when people come over to the house. If I want to create value for that customer, I want to think about this and come up with a way of helping solve that problem. How can they deal with the pets when we're having showings? That's one way. Create value for your customers. Look for ways to solve problems. Put their interest first. Now, this is like a news flash throughout our industry, right? Put their interest first. Don't have commission breath. What do I mean? Commission breath is when I'm focused on how much money. That's all I can think. Well, this is an $800,000 house, and I'll make $24,000, and what will I net? And I'm just all focused on me. Hey, I was told something when I got started in the business, and I'm so glad that I was, because it's true. Hey, Mike, if you'll just spend your time focusing on helping other people get what they want, you'll be fine. And that's what I would love to say to you today. Just focus on helping other people get what they want, folks. You'll be fine. Trust me on that, you will. If you spend your time focusing on you and how much money you're going to make and how you can get other people to do what you want them to do, you're going to have commission breath. And trust will evaporate on you. And the customer will feel more and more disconnected from you. Try to resist the temptation of focusing on ourselves and just focus on solving problems and helping the customer. And number 5, I have it starred and circled and underlined because it's this important. And if I could only say one thing to you, I would pick this one out of the 5 to say to you today. Don't get attached to the outcome. Don't get attached to the outcome. Follow the first 4 rules and let the money take care of itself. The word next is the most important word in our vocabulary. It's not personal, folks. It's not. Some people just aren't your people. Try to help people. You'll be able to help most. You won't be able to help some. Next. Don't get focused on this. Don't take it personally. Don't start creating a whole drama scene out of it. Everybody's not, this is like earth-shattering news, but everybody's not trying to do something to you right now. They're probably not thinking about you at all. They're probably just thinking about themselves. Don't get attached to the outcome. Be willing to say next. Try to help people. When you can, great, awesome. And when you can't, move on. Now, this is Mike. I hope these 5 things, I hope you'll take them to heart. And if you want a reminder of this, go to Larry Kendall's book, Ninja Selling, which is, I think, one of the best books I've ever read for a real estate agent. No, it is the best book I've ever read for a real estate agent. And if you haven't gotten a copy, you need to. And if your copy's not worn out and falling apart from use and rereading, then I really want to ask you how committed you are to your business. I hope you'll take these 5 points to heart today, and I hope you'll go out there today and make it happen for yourself.